got to be able to stay level-headed.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess start there. Like, how tough was it to play the game knowing what was going on back home?
It wasn't that hard because I had a great support staff here that was able to help keep me updated, as well as make sure that they're bringing the right energy to keep me game day ready, but at the same time know that they're gonna give me the updates and make sure that everything's going well. But also, my wife, just being as strong as she is, she, was holding it down. She was giving me the encouragement to just go play ball and don't worry about anything. It's going to be fine. And so, yeah, it was a true blessing for me to be able to make it back in time.
I guess, how were you communicating during the game? Or was it like, hey, once the game starts, put the phone away, like, don't tell anybody?
It was one of those things with our ops up front. They were able to stay in constant communication back and forth with my wife and just kind of get the updates as they were going. And, they just gave me updates as needed. Definitely not one of those things where like, hey, you got an update, hey, you got an update, but just kind of like, when the contractions were getting a little stronger, it was mainly just like between like going into halftime, coming out of halftime, getting the car situation set up for like, hey, when we land, we're gonna have a car ready for you to get to the hospital. So yeah, it wasn't stressful or anything that was taking the game off my mind at all.
Was there a chance you would have to leave?
No. I mean, we had discussed it way before too, just understanding the timing of it and when the due date was supposed to fall. He was supposed to come next week, so we had an induction actually scheduled for yesterday. Okay. This was an off day. It was going to make sense, and he beat us to the punch. Yeah.
I guess how long before the game did you find out, like, oh, it's happening?
3 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I woke up, needed to use the restroom in the middle of the night, and I saw a text, and my wife said that she didn't know if her water had broke or not, and got confirmation later. She just went to the hospital right away, and yeah, so it was a long day. Sunday was a long day, but it was beautiful.
So as you're hurdling on the way to the end zone, I mean, is any of that in your mind at all? Or are you able to just compartmentalize?
No, honestly, it was one of those things where like I forgot in a moment where like I got to the sideline, drive goes by, next drive, I'm like, oh snap! I go talk to equipment guy John. I'm like, hey, did you get my ball? That touchdown ball's for my son. Like he's coming today, so they did a great job and saved the ball for me. But yeah, it was one of those things where like snuck back in my head, It popped out in the moment. But yeah, it was a great day.
Alexander, Antonio Pierce talked about the running game being something that you guys want to hang your hat on for this offense. Didn't necessarily happen to your expectations, I'm sure, on Sunday. How excited are you guys to get back out on the field to take care of business?
Oh, extremely excited. I mean, we know that we didn't get to showcase exactly what we wanted in the run game, but we believe in what we have. We know what we're capable of doing, so we want to make sure that we go out there and try and execute that every Sunday. So this will be another chance for us to prove that, another chance for us to make up for that lost time, that lost momentum that we didn't come out with necessarily in the first game.
Maybe responsibility might not be the right word, but how much of a responsibility do you guys feel to be a reliable part of the offense?
Huge. I mean, we talk about it all the time in running back room that we want to be the legs of this football team. As we go, they go. So we want to make sure that we take that wholeheartedly with every carry, with every touch, with every protection rep that we have. We're trying to be the legs of this football team.
Remember you talking in training camp about how you felt so comfortable with the offense because of your familiarity with it. Does that come across once you're finally out there in a game? Did you feel comfortable out there with all that?
Yeah, definitely. And then, being around these guys, being around some great big old linemen, my guy Thayer, of course, up front, my locker buddy, Colton, Cody, those guys, Andre, just big guys out there just getting after it, Dylan. Just being comfortable behind that type of offensive line allows you to just sit back and just get back to the drawing board, the fundamentals, and like you said, being in this offense before, this type of offense, understanding the leverage of plays, understanding the check down part of plays that are going to open up versus cover 2 versus cover 3. Like I have a different understanding from previous years being involved in an offense like this, so it helps me out. I mean, just that play, I understood he's going to come to me for this ball, so I made sure that I was ready, made sure I knew how far that defender was going to be, and just like I thought in my head, he checked all his progressions and checked it down to me. So just kind of being understanding, being ready for situations, understanding that it's definitely helpful.
What do you